Good morning, Believe Nation. Today's message is attitude is the difference maker. Over to you, John Maxwell.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
Have you ever heard a motivational speaker tell you that attitude is everything? I'll bet you have. I've heard many say that. In fact, they'll say something like, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And that never quite rang true with me. So I began to press the issue, and I have come to the conclusion that attitude isn't everything. Now, I'm not disclaiming or in any way being disparaging about attitude, because I think attitude is very important. But if anybody comes up to you tells you that attitude is everything, I don't buy into that. That's not true. For example, attitude can't replace incompetence. If you're incompetent, you can be very happy, but you can still be very unsuccessful. Now, here's what I do know. Attitude isn't everything, but attitude is the main thing that'll make a difference in your life. And because I believe that, I wrote the book, The Difference Maker. You see, that's what attitude is. Attitude is the difference maker. You have two people side by side that you're thinking about employing in your company. Both of them have the same background, same job description, education, experience. I mean, you could almost flip a coin and say, I could hire the one on the right or I could hire the one on the left. But one has a great attitude and one has a bad attitude. Now, who are you going to hire? You're going to hire the person with a great attitude. Why? Because it was the difference maker.
So I always get skeptical when anybody says that something is everything, right? And I get that people use it to make a point, right? Attitude is everything. Your ability to sell is everything. Your passion is everything. Your ability to make a product is everything, right? Everything is everything. And so the goal then is just really for me to be able to listen to different bits of advice and take what works for me, right? Your goal isn't to be John Maxwell. It's not to be Evan Carmichael. It's not to be Steve Jobs or Howard Schultz. It's to be the best version of you. And you can pull different concepts from different people and try it out in your life and see, does it help you? Does it make a difference? The top 10 rules videos that I put out, maybe not all 10 rules apply to you, but if one thing applies to you and that makes a difference for you, then that's amazing. You've learned something from it. You know, I learned from a lot of different people. It's why I made the top 10 series, and I'm introduced constantly to people who I've never heard of before, and it's really refreshing and enlightening to bring in kind of new blood and new ideas. There's some people who I have a lot of respect for and I've learned some really important lessons from. And I put some of them on the wall. And you may hate some of them. Like you may hate Steve Jobs, you may hate Howard Schultz, you may hate A.P. Giannini. Hopefully you don't hate my parents. You know, you probably don't know my parents, but hopefully you don't hate them if you do. It's kind of hard to hate them if you know my parents. And that's okay. But even if you hate Steve Jobs, you can still learn something from him. You can still learn something from Howard Schultz, even if you hate him and you hate Starbucks. You can learn from all these people. And anybody who says, this is the only thing, and I try not to do that. Maybe I do, I don't know. I try not to, but maybe when getting all excited, I'll say something like that just to make a point. Don't take everything as absolutes. Like, it's so shocking to me what some of the people in the comments find out about a video. Like they'll point one little thing out that they don't like in a video. I'm like, that's what you took? That's what you learned from this video, is that this one person did one thing that you don't agree with, and so like everything that they say is irrelevant to you? If you shut yourself off from learning, you'll shut yourself off from becoming that best version of you. And I think for me, that's my goal, and hopefully that's the goal for you too. So the question today is, I'm curious to find out, what have you learned from different people? What have you learned from me or John Maxwell or some people we talked about or somebody totally different? Three things that you've learned from three different people. Super curious to find out. Leave it in the comments below. I will join in the discussion. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Norway Jun. I hope I pronounced that properly. I feel like I didn't. Thank you so much for ordering my book. It means a lot to me. And for those of you watching, for your chance at a shout out in a future video, make sure to pick up a copy of the book and email in your receipts so you can enter in the draw. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Continue to believe, or whatever your one word is. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of Espresso.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.